I don't know, I've always liked drawing, so I've always enjoyed kind of drawing, and my mom always took me to galleries, so I've always been kind of somehow in some kind of connection to arts, but like, yeah, I enjoyed going to galleries in Helsinki already for quite a while. I was in lower secondary school, I was already doing some, like, I took more art courses, and I was in this kind of evening school kind of thing, where it was like once a week in one evening for a couple of hours, and we had like live model drawing and stuff like that. And then I applied to an arts high school. So I've been wanting to do arts for quite a long time already. The process of it is kind of very important for me because like I like to draw and paint and stuff like that, but I like to work with my hands really much also. So it's got like a handicraft aspect to it, and you have to kind of do work for it, which is like kind of a part that like really feels to me. Like the printing and the processing of the plate and the manual work. Most of my work are, well, I haven't been drawing almost at all for the last couple of months now. I've been doing collages. I was in the Tate Modern Christmas time, and there was this, it wasn't any special show, it was in the surrealistic department. He was an art critic, but he did like this kind of weird compositions with old etches and engravings. So there were like black and white collages from old books or posters or stuff like that. And they had this really kind of tense tone to them. They were like done sometime just before the Second World War. He was a German art critic, so it had like political kind of tone to it. Very, very subtle though. Yeah, that kind of started like this collage thing for me, and now I've been doing that almost all the time. Because I've been collecting books and searching for images for a while now. I've got this huge, well, my table's all full of papers that I've printed, and yeah, it's just about finding interesting images. I like realistic etching and engravings, which, well, you can't necessarily consider them as art because they were before photography. They were the form of photography, of documenting real life. This project that I'm working on right now, these are just kind of sketches or plans on what I'm planning on doing. There's this bicycle workshop, and I'm labeling the boxes, so it's going to be kind of like, there's boxes which are from, the walls of the boxes are between A4 and A3 sizes, so I'm going to make 26 prints, which are going to be like a graphic image combination. They are going to be interlinked, and some of them might build up into a bigger image. It's like the first project that I've like, in printmaking I really like the technical aspect of it. So I like to think how I'm going to do it, and I always try to think really carefully how I'm going to do something before I actually start doing it. I really like kind of looking at other prints and trying to figure out how they've done it. I like to think of the process. I want when I work, I want a precise process. I don't kind of, the teachers that I had in Finland, they kind of had a very precise way of teaching, and coming to here is very, very modern. Like, it's very kind of free, you can do whatever you want to, and
it's a bit more.
Yeah, it's very exciting. But I've kind of caught up to the way that my teacher taught me, like back in Finland, that you have to count everything very precise and do everything at one go. Kind of also often I get a bit worried from like reading art books and like biographies of Gustav Klimt or Sheila and stuff like that, and looking at their old like sketches and stuff like that. And they're doing them, well, that's 100 years ago, so like totally different times, but they're doing amazing work when they were 18 and 19 and stuff like that. Like also often I feel like I'm too much way back. I have to do much more. No, it's hard to say. I can find some kind of stuff that I'm picking from like a couple of like Finnish some art movements in Helsinki. Like I'm kind of picking up influences and style-wise stuff, but there isn't really an art movement in Aberdeen. I don't really enjoy relating to anything that huge or global because it's really difficult to attach to it and affect it. Well, of course I wouldn't be affecting any art movement, but having some kind of like connection to it, it seems very kind of isolated from myself. I don't know, there are some artists that interest me, but most of like the stuff that I follow and look are from like early 20th century to like somewhere around the 50s or 60s. Of course I'd want to be an artist, but I don't know what's gonna happen soon.